and here we go with the bottom of the first inning.
Josh Kennedy looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Right fielder for the Bulldogs, batting .500. Did so in the North Shore this season. The pitch over for a strike. Even at 1-1. Yeah, just so you know, the statistics we have for the Bulldogs are conference statistics. They'll give you a good idea of who does what. Here's a swing and a fly ball to medium right center. Rollinger coming on. Jansen going out. Neither can make the play. It drops for a base hit. And leadoff man Josh Kennedy is aboard. And usually that spells trouble for opposing teams because of his stolen base percentage.
A nicely placed flare there by Josh Kennedy right between the second baseman going out and both the center fielder and the right fielder coming in. Ball just lands in between all three of the players for the Suns. And like you said, a great way to start off the bottom of the first. The Suns got that run in the top of the first. They got the early advantage. We'll see if Cedarburg can answer here.
Here's Fred DeRocher, the center fielder. A throw to first. Renner goes to second. Throw to second is. The Suns cut down the lead runner. And there is one away. As Josh Kennedy, who has stolen 15 of 17 in the North Shore this year, gets gunned down at first. Or at second, rather.
Well, I'm sure that he hasn't stolen a lot of bases off of left-handed pitching. And if Eric Kramer has a decent move today, he can get those guys to take a shorter lead, possibly pick a few players off like he did right there with Josh Kennedy. So good break for the Suns.
Rob Jansen covering there, and the offering to DeRocher stays outside.
Look at Fred DeRocher's stats in the North Shore this year. Hitting an impressive .514.
The pitch a little bit high, and it's 2-0.
He played 12 of the 16 conference games, went 18 for 35 with 16 runs. And as I see here, 3 home runs, 15 RBI.
The pitch. That's low, and it's 3-0 on DeRocher. Bases clear, 1 out here, bottom of the first, 1-0 West Bend East.
Can't possibly fathom hitting .514 in any sort of a league, much less a legitimate high school conference.
The pitch, that misses, and he walks him on 4 straight.
Well, Eric Kramer hasn't thrown a lot of innings recently, Bob. Mike Miller's been the workhorse for Gonering's Suns. We'll see if he has a little rustiness he has to shake off here today. I'm sure he's thrown some in practice to stay sharp, but actual game conditions, don't exactly know when the last time he threw, but it must have been at least 2 weeks ago. So he does have rust, and I hope Coach Gonering realizes that. I'm sure he does.
This catcher John Vandenberg, 431 in the North Shore. 1 out, 1 on. Throw to first, the runner is back. The winner of this game will take on Germantown at 6 o'clock in the sectional championship game for the right to go to state. The pitch. That's over for a strike.
We're talking about Kramer's rustiness. He has thrown 25 innings, as we mentioned. But if you look at his pitching statistics, he is not a wild pitcher. He's only thrown 8 walks in 25 innings. Couple that with 33 strikeouts. He does have some good control.
And the pitch is in the dirt. And it's even at a ball and a strike.
Come on now.
Suns have won 11 straight coming into play today. 2 of those coming in the postseason. Wins over Kewaskum and West, respectively. The pitch, that's a little bit low, and it's 2-1 on Vandenberg. First team all-conference catcher for the Bulldogs this season.
We've got a pair of brothers here today on both of these ball clubs. The Vandenbergs for the Bulldogs and the Rollingers for the Suns.
The pitch, swinging a fly ball to right field. Rollinger over, squeezes it for out number 2. And Vandenberg is retired. 2 away now for pitcher Josh Burchill.
Good pitch down in the count there by Eric Kramer. Did not want to throw a ball right down the middle to the number 3 hitter, Vandenberg, so he threw a fastball outer half. Vandenberg went with the pitch like he was supposed to. Just didn't get enough off it, hit off the top of the bat, and went out to shallow to medium center or right field.
Josh Burchill at 269 this season. Runner on first, 2 out now. The pitch stays low. It's 1-0. Eric Kramer 3-0 this season, 2.52 ERA, overshadowed by Mike Miller's success, especially late in the season on the mound. The stretch, a throw to first, runner goes. Throw to second, high into left field. And here comes the runner around second. The ball goes all the way to the wall. And DeRocher is going to score. There's a two-base error, and we're even at a run apiece in the bottom of the first.
Well, I don't know if you can call that a three-base error there, because he scored all the way from first base on the pickoff attempt. Nonetheless, though, great job of picking off another runner in the first inning by Eric Kramer. Just took too much time to throw the ball to the first baseman, Jim Jacobson. He had him, and he hurried his throw a little bit. He threw the ball so hard that it sailed all the way to the right center wall. And Rollinger was not able to track it down, and he scored easily. He scored standing up. You don't see that play very often.
No, you certainly do not. E3 in that one, and we're even at one apiece. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first in the sectional semifinal game. The Suns, for the most part, defensively, although their power gets a lot of press, have been a fairly sound defensive team, but certainly didn't show it there. And it costs them. We're back to 1-1. The count is 1-0 to Burchill. That one stays outside and gets away from Eastman.
That will go down in the book as a caught stealing three-base error on the first baseman. No RBI, obviously, given on the play. So DeRocher scores the first run for the Bulldogs.
The pitch, swinging a foul up the right field line. 2-1 now to Burchill.
Well, I don't know if I have ever seen a guy score from first base. Like, usually the only time they even have a chance to score is when the pitcher throws the pickoff play away and it goes down in the foul territory.
Twice in one inning, too, where the runner went, and then as Kramer misses, it's 3-1. The throw to first, then the throw to second. The Suns got the caught stealing the first time, but throw was errant there. The pitch. There's a swing and a pop-up drifting out of play, and it's full now, 3-2.
Well, Bob, we talked earlier in the pregame show, and so did Coach Jack Freese for the Bulldogs, about their scrappy, different style than the Suns. They've only hit 9 home runs in the 16 North Shore Conference games, but couple that with 66 stolen bases, so you can tell you where you get their offense.
Swinging another foul back as Burchill stays alive.
66 for 70, as you mentioned previous, so they don't get caught stealing very often. Here 2 times in the first inning. It's probably nerves, coupled with the fact that they don't get to see left-handed moves quite that often.
The 3-2, swinging a fly ball to center field. Kessler ranging over, going back. Kessler still going back and makes the catch about 20 feet in front of the ivy in right center field. And we are even after the Bulldogs played 1 in the bottom of the first. Suns and Bulldogs tied at 1. We've played 1. You're listening to Playoff Baseball on WBKV.